Hi guys, Nisha Dorsey here. I wanted to take just a second to talk about situations that I feel like we sometimes go through. And that is when we are doing our best to obey God's word, to do His will, to allow Him to have His way in our lives. But sometimes it feels like things just don't add up or things just feel like they're falling apart. I think we've all pretty much been there a time or another, and if not, that time may come. And if it does, I definitely want us to be prepared on what we need to do to handle that situation. So, I had a situation in my own life to where I've been like, and this is recently, y'all. I'm like, okay, Lord, I got this going on. I'm doing what you asked me to do. All I want to do is be in line with you. But I feel like there's some sort of disconnect. I feel like there's something wrong. Lord, help me to understand exactly what it is so that I can get myself together. So when I had this conversation with him, he gave me a story. And I'm like, okay, Lord. So the story he gave me was when Jesus was walking on the water. And that's out of Matthew 14:28 through 30. The word says, Lord, if it's you, Peter replied, tell me to come to you on the water. Come, he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. But then he saw the wind, and he was afraid, and began to sink, cried out, Lord, save me. So I'm sure that you're probably wondering, okay, what does that have to do with a situation that I may be going through, and I just feel like things aren't working out, or the situation is getting crazy? The reason why I say you probably wonder this is because when I asked God about my situation, that's the story He gave me, and I was like, Lord, wait a minute. What does this have to do with the situation that I'm in? And He broke it down real simple. He said, Nisha, here's the deal. You asked for something, and I gave it. True statement. Now, in the middle of this blessing, you lost focus on what you were doing for me, and you started focusing on other things. And when you lost focus of me and started focusing on other things, everything began to waver. I was like, wait a minute. He said a mouthful. And that's something I really, really want us to think about. If we've asked God for something and then He's blessed us with it, and maybe we're not filled with the joy that we feel like we should have after we've received the gift that we've asked God for, maybe we should check our heart. Maybe we should check our focus. And we should say, okay, Lord, you've blessed me with this. Now have I lost focus on you? Or if we're in a situation and we feel like we've heard from God, God, you instructed me. I know your word. I know your voice. And I'm doing what you asked me to do. Why is it that I feel like things are just... No, sometimes there are going to be the traditional trial, but sometimes things get a little bit out of hand. And once we get to that point, it's like, Lord, wait a minute. What is going on? We got to check our heart and check our focus. And I can say this because in the situation that I was just in, I talked to God about, Lord, this is whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do it. And Lord, this is what I would like. Okay. And this isn't like, I'll do this for you, you do that for me. Not that type of deal. But He does know the desires of our hearts. And there's things, of course, that we've all prayed about. That's neither here nor there. Moral of the story, Lord, I'm doing my best to do what you've asked me to do. Why are things not working out? Things are looking like they're going to fall apart. And I know that you didn't bring me here to leave me. I know that you didn't bless me with this to take it away. So with that being said, what's going on? In that situation, I had to check my heart, and I realized that after God started giving me what I needed, I forgot about what He needed. And that's a really powerful, that in itself is a powerful message. Have we left God after He has blessed us? Have we lost sight of Him, and now things are wavering? And now we're no longer confident. And now we're confused and unsure. only because we've lost focus. Now, as long as we kept our focus on Him, everything was working out. I mean, we have the traditional, slips and bumps here and there. But if things are all of a sudden changing, check your heart, check your focus.